And we are live. We are live. What is going on? What's up, everybody? Y'all already know the deal. Y'all know the routine. Whether you catching it live or you catching it after it's uploaded, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. We're going to be having a discussion that I talked about on my live show earlier today. Actually, earlier this week, I've been talking about how we're going to be doing a live show where I basically talk about how they are all technically chameleons. A lot of the women that's on YouTube that interact with this male space, a lot of them get exposed as being a bit for lack of a better word, fake, get called chameleons. They were pretending to be these good, decent, wholesome, feminine women, and then they get exposed, and when they get into an argument with a man, we find out that they're anything but I'm going to argue that they all Emmett Perry says hashtag all. I'm going to argue that they're all chameleons. And we are joined by guests who I will be introducing after I play the intro. Y'all just wave and say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
That was you two. You two up top. Yeah, you say hi. All right, we about to get into it. So y'all strap on in. Let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Dealing with whatever the hell she was before you, at some level, you do want her to adjust to you. You do want her to, whatever type of woman you want her to become that exact type of woman to you. She should indeed be a chameleon. So what I'm saying is, especially like, so to some degree, I argue that they're all chameleons. Even a good woman is a chameleon because she's constantly moving and adjusting to the man that she with. It's stuff that my woman do that I told her I liked it, 4 years ago, and don't even remember I told her that I liked it, and she's still doing it. And I asked why you do that, and she said because you told me to. And I'm like, oh, I don't even remember telling you that shit. So so it's some stuff she don't wear because 3 years ago I said no, I don't like that, and I can't even remember. I don't even remember. But so anyway, that's what I mean by they all chameleons to some degree, because that's what I just described was a good chameleon. Then it's the bad chameleon that's faking to be a good chick that you like, but she's just faking it and blending to what you think you want, so she can be the opposite of that later. So in that sense, good or bad, they're all chameleons. That's essentially my argument. What you got on that, LAR?
Let's just make sure this works first.
You good?
Okay. I think for the most part, ladies go through a bunch of phases. Mm-hmm. So they just like kind of all in on each phase. So they could be either chameleon or fickle or blowing with the wind. If they want to be this for a season, sometimes I think women are like women shop. So they go through seasonal clothes and they take, this is my style, this is my vibe. They do the same thing with men. They want a certain kind of man, they all in with that vibe. They want a different kind, they all in with that vibe. They want a woman, and they all in with that vibe. You know, so they're pretty much. I would not say they're not consistent. I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing, but they're not consistent. Like when you see it online, she wanted to be a boss chick. She was in that phase. Then she wanted to be a thought. She was in that phase. Then she wants to be a wife. Then she's in that phase. You know what I'm saying? So and they all dress different, look different, approach things different. It's the same person though. So it's like they're change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Chantel, welcome back to the show. Welcome back. You heard my my hypothesis that I laid out that y'all are all chameleons, and I explained how there's a good chameleon and a bad chameleon. The good chameleon is the chick, she's a chameleon, and she's adjusting and adapting, and she's blending into the environment of this man that she's with, so to speak. Then it's the bad chameleon who's doing the same thing, but she's faking it. She's gonna switch it up later. But either way, there's the way that a good woman is adjusting constantly to fit this man, and there's a way that the not so good woman is constantly adjusting or moving her goalpost around to try to fit what she thinks he wants, but eventually she's going to be whatever she is. So what's your thoughts on that?
Hey, LAR. Haven't seen you in a while. I just had to say that out there. Shows out to you, and thank you for having me on the panel, guys. I agree with you, Bernard. I think as women, we're supposed to fit our men's page. We're supposed to get on his program.
Oh shit! Today ain't today. Hold on, you just muted yourself. Okay, there we go. Man, if an actual YouTuber come up and can't get it right, damn. That's like, go ahead.
Y'all can hear me now, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I was saying like it makes sense because as women, we're supposed to get on our men's page. We're supposed to adopt and mold to him, basically. So it makes sense why we.
You just went out.
It's my mic. I'm gonna just use my AirPods. You guys can't hear me, right?
Yeah, you good.
I think the issue is though because we live in a time where serial dating is a thing. And dating multiple men, so that's like multiple men we have to adjust to. So it's like if this year we're dating a man who is a Cowboys fan, and then next year we're dating a man who is a Dolphins fan, it's like we weren't made to do that. So I think that's where the issue comes in. But maybe the term chameleon can be triggering because it does have a negative connotation, especially in the space. To say all women are chameleons, it's like no, we're not. But if
I was trying to be triggering on purpose with the title. I was, but we're gonna have a nuanced conversation now that we in here. But yeah, the title was triggering on purpose.
Yeah, but if we were to define what you mean by chameleon, then yeah, I can rock with that. To LAR point though, where one minute she's a boss chick, the next minute she's a wife, the next minute she's whatever she wants to be. I do agree if we're gonna be honest, how sometimes we can be like floaties, like we can follow the trend, whatever social media tell us to like, that's what we like. And then it's like we don't have a mind of our own. Not all, of course, not all, but majority of us, especially in this feminist society, we tend to not have a mind of our own, so we just float around.
Shout out to the people supporting the stream really quick. Let me shout out those of you who have supported the stream real quick. Don't want to get through them fast. Don't play any drops. A Black Wolf Inc. in the building says, look, I'm going to be honest. All women are chameleons, especially when they come to the space. The rule must be trust unto verified at all times. Absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. Do appreciate that. Who said that?
Me.
I couldn't tell who's talking. Hold on, let me make my screen bigger. What did you say?
You
said what's face? Oh, okay. I thought it was Chantel who said that. I know she knew what he was talking about. No, what he means is basically this. Yeah, he basically means either the black manosphere or basically black manosphere or just online space of men just talking, chopping it up and everything, and talking about the social dynamics between men and women. And then at first it was all men in sort of a clique, circle, or algorithm doing it, and then women came on later, and then some of them you know, we're a little iffy. We're a little iffy. So he's just saying basically be skeptical of the women who we you know, who we entertain in these spaces. That's basically the gist of what he's saying there. Basically the gist of what he's saying there. But E Black, bring up the one from E Black. Bring up the one from E Black. Yeah, shout out to E Black. He says salute BR in the chat, LAR in the building. One of my personal favorite content creators. Absolutely, absolutely. Salute and shout out to you, RP Stevo. And yeah, I should like that. I have people who are just completely unmanosphered up here. She probably don't even know what it is. And that's cool. That's cool. I like that. I like that. RP Stevo in the building says, how many times does it go too far with their male boss? We got to get into that. Thanks for the good question. We gotta get to that. Sounds like the leverage dynamic. She can keep it in check when it's in her best interest to keep it in check. A chameleon usually has incentive. I'm going to go to Shan on that one. You talking about how you can get mad and it can go too far and all of that, but however, it's less likely to happen when you're on the job, when you're talking to the boss. You'll play the role there, but won't play the role as much, as often, or sustain it for as long for the man that you're actually with. What's up with that?
I think it's, well, I feel like with women, when they're in relationships with men, like sometimes we can get too comfortable. And like with the job, like we have to keep up this persona. I mean, our job is the one that's paying our bills, keeping us fed and all this other stuff. And then like in our relationships, like women, we can let our guard down.
Do you consistently act like you got sense for a man that's paying the bills?
I think women do. Women do. I mean,
consistently.
I think certain women do too, especially like heterosexual women. I mean, do you have to if that's like your only option? But
what you mean if that's your only option?
Like if you're straight, I'm saying like as far as like dating men, period. Like that's their dating pool in general. So they're gonna like be consistent with like keeping up their persona for men. You get what I'm trying to say? Or no?
Yeah, it's like you're saying if she dating a man and he paying the bills. When he said that's your only option, I thought you meant that she can't function or get by or survive as an adult unless somebody is paying her bills.
Oh no,
that's going to keep her in line. I mean, that's an argument that make more sense if she absolutely 100% need him. Yeah, then she's going to act like she got some sense until she don't need him, and that comes into the whole leverage thing. I'll pass it to LAR on this. You good with that, LAR, being in a relationship of leverage versus being with somebody that actually like your black ass? Where you at with that? Because that's a serious discussion that we've had in here. Where you know, rather be I don't know. I forgot exactly how it was worded, but it was something along the lines of, you know, do black men care more about being loved versus respected? You know, you got the money, you got the leverage, she got to respect you for what you're doing and what you are, versus you got somebody that just really loves you. Like you good with being in that relationship that's off leverage? You don't even like your black ass, but you got the leverage. You good with that?
Oh, that's gonna be problematic. What I'm about to say.
Say it.
For one, first, I know women who dated women who paid all the bills and they still went left. So that's going left is just part of the program. The other thing is, I guess we don't want to be realistic and say people are dating and loving and in relationships with an agenda. Most people most people aren't liking the person, they're liking their agenda. This person can fit my agenda. So there comes a point where, you know, if you're looking for something real, you might not find it in this lifetime. Because the perfect timing might be if your two agendas meet. And that doesn't mean your two agendas are going to stay going in the same direction. That's why you see all these people split up. These people go in different directions at different times, and it doesn't make sense because, people's agendas has a time limit.
Give me an example of two people agendas meeting.
Okay. He wants a wife with kids. She wants a provider, but that doesn't mean that she might have a certain number to hit, and he might have a certain number of kids to hit, and then it might just blow up. And he's willing to go, well, I got what I wanted, and she's willing to go, well, I'm getting what I want. I don't see people actually, for the most part, I'm not seeing people actually down with each other. As a matter of fact, I'll say it this way. Most modern day people won't be with anybody because they might go through something in life that might affect them. Everybody wants it perfect. So you see a lot of people bail on people because maybe people wanted an easy time. A guy, maybe he wanted a freak. Well, when she ain't freaking no more, I gotta go. A woman might want a guy who's got it all together so she don't have to get it together. And then if he goes through a rough time, she bails.
Mm-hmm.
People aren't actually sticking with people. People stick with you through the highs, not the lows. We're not in a for better or worse society. We're in a for better or I'm out. So that when I say agendas, that's what I kind of mean. It's just people's agenda is to have a better life or lifestyle than they have at the moment, and you are there to provide it in one way, shape, form, or fashion.
Chantel, what's your thoughts on being in a relationship where he has some leverage over you versus you in a relationship where you actually like his black ass? What's your thoughts on that? Because I put it to LAR from the man perspective. We can easily say that we good with it. If we in that position where we got leverage over her, then yeah, and that's cool. We calling the shots. But where you at with being in that situation where, okay, he has all that leverage over you. You may not even like him as much as a guy with less leverage, but that guy who has leverage over you, there's some things that there's some quality of life upgrades that come with that. So where you at with that?
I can see it because it will reduce the chances of me leaving. So like maybe if we were to have more relationships where they have leverages over each other, where to LAR's point, where there are consequences. So if we were to leave or file for divorce or break up, then we probably would be more willing to stay in these relationships, and the divorce rate wouldn't be as high. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's like kind of like people are coming together, being independent, and there's no sense of interdependence. So one slip up, either party will just leave the relationship. But if there's a sense of interdependence, like I kind of, for lack of better words, need you, then I'll be less likely to leave if I don't feel like liking you no more, if that makes sense.
Right. Speaking to, well, okay. Guy in the back. This is not exactly an open panel yet. You got some white paint on your face? Or is that just a bad lighting? Okay. Yeah, no, it's not an open panel. Not an open panel like that. Not an open panel. My bad. Come back in the morning. All right, peace. It was just some bad lighting, but it looked like he had some white clown paint on his face. I was about to say, what in
to
the
window,
hell?
to the wall.
Yeah, I was like, what in the hell is going on down there? What in the hell? Dusty Nuts, one of my biggest supporters at this point. Please change that name. I'm so tired of saying Dusty Nuts. Space, essentially the virtual barbershop and or domino table. Thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Do appreciate that. Yes. I get so tired of saying some of these YouTube names. It's like they just be killing me. They just be killing me. So I'm trying really hard not to put Chantel on the spot and ask her why haven't she talked on that controversy. I'm not going to. Okay, yeah. We go move
You
on.
can ask me. You can ask me. I've addressed it on my channel, but
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. You just you wisely didn't put it in the thumbnail or something. I
yeah,
didn't
I'm
see a
not
thumb.
gonna. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm not
good,
gonna
good,
do
good.
that.
Okay, so yeah, explain why you have seemingly been suspiciously silent. Just yeah, suspiciously silent on that controversy that everybody on YouTube commented on. Why did you opt to be suspiciously, maybe not so suspiciously silent on that? But why the silence on that?
I mean, as I said, I wasn't silent on it. I mentioned it in, I want to say, 3 or 4 live stream. Like I briefly
Oh, okay.
discussed it, but I think that people wanted me to jump on the train and make streams about it, and then call up on platform and argue about it and stuff. And I just don't roll like that. I say what I have to say, and then if it's not, I mean, I mean, come on. So everybody else was talking about it. I was in Miss Crimson Cure's chat when she was talking about it, a game changer. I'm tuning into when people talking about it. I don't have to address it I don't have to have a full stream dedicated to it on my channel.
Yeah, yeah. Understood completely. All right, far as the chameleon thing, and I didn't even necessarily, like I said, I put it in the title, all women are chameleons, be a bit triggering, but then to talk about it and hash it out. LAR, I don't know if I got a firm, solid answer on you when it came to the leverage thing. You said a lot of things that made sense, but I don't know if you gave a full, solid answer. Would you take having the leverage over a woman versus her actually liking you? And I'll say this, and I'll go ahead and say this and just sound well. Okay, I'll put myself out there after you. Go ahead.
I'd rather take liking over leverage, because leverage is going to just create a situation where it's going to go left bad. Because leverage basically means, I'm holding you over a barrel, and somebody's going to resent you at some point. You just, if you want to like me, like me. If you don't like me no more, bye. It's that simple. I will say this, even when it comes to the chameleon thing, I think some of us guys got to admit that we are attracted to chameleons, because
Explain.
certain chameleons fulfill our fantasies of what we want at that time. Sometimes we complain about the woman who's, she's a chameleon, but you had a certain type of fantasy in your head. She fit that. That's why you went that way. So, some people we're turned off by people after the fact, but let's not be let's be more honest and say why some of us attempted to be with some of these people in the first place.
See what you're saying there. Where I'm at with it, and just I do want to have some leverage. But I do absolutely want a chick to like me. I do, but I still want to have some leverage. I don't want that, and we've talked about that a lot. Like, it's some dudes who want some. I don't give a damn if she like me. I'm just in the power position, and I got control over the situation. So I'm getting everything what I want. She's performing, and I get that. And I'm fully on board with, hey, if she's performing, she's performing. The end result is the end result. But at the same time, even though I'm with that and I want that leverage, I do want her to actually like me.
But
So that, go ahead.
can't you have both, Bernard?
That's what I was. That's essentially what I was saying. But it seems like to some degree that you may possibly have to choose, because, like, I mean, okay, let's go back to what Kevin Samuels was talking about. He was talking about a lot of relationships out of duty. I've heard him tell some chicks, so what if the spark ain't there? You ain't feeling all warm and fuzzy on the inside, and you don't get butterflies when you think about it. I'm not give a damn about that. It's about duty. Your grandmama ain't get butterflies for your granddaddy. She had a damn job to do. She did her job, so maybe some butterflies develop later. Who knows? So there is a such thing as duty. And because duty is completely gone from the game, it ain't even a part of modern dating. It really ain't. As far as not dating, but relationships and people, having kids and raising families. I mean, that's why there's no actual families, man, woman, child, like it used to be.
Duty is a part of relationships now. It's called child support.
Well, yeah. The duty comes, the duty comes on the back end with the man. That duty don't go nowhere. But yeah. So there is an idea and concept of doing it for the greater good, doing it for the kids. I know a lot of people that I went to high school with, and they like soon as they graduated, they parents separated, broke up, got a divorce. I understood that. I respect that. I still respect that. Because they did their job. They produced some healthy, productive children, raised them right in a proper household. They committed to something. They stuck it out. They did it. Now people are more hedonic, more hedonistic. They want what they want. They want it when they want it, and damn the outcomes. And it's like we just going for it. And I understand that. So I understand all of it. That's why. The reason I fumbled and stumbled into answering the question, because I felt like a chick when you asked them like a one or the other question, and they say both. But that's kind of what I said. That was kind of my answer, and that was my honest. that was my honest answer. I want them both. I want them both. But if I had to pick one of the or the other, I don't know yet.
But I think if a chick really, really likes a guy, she is going to he has leverage over her.
Mm-hmm.
Because you used the example earlier, your girlfriend or your lady,
Yeah.
she did something because you mentioned it 4 years ago. So like if we were to really think about it, you kind of have leverage over her because she wants to keep you. So she's going to make sure she remember what you like. So she'll do it so you can, you don't go nowhere. So she can keep you.
Yeah, but y'all emotions are pretty volatile, and y'all are up and down, and that could change. It just so happened with this one, it's hold and serve for a long time. So, and that's probably why I'm on the side of, hey, I like a chick to actually like me, but I recognize that, is she very well could have just liked me for 6 months and then separate, and that's fine too, to some degree. Yeah, that's fine too. But either way, what I'm saying is, yeah, that if you gotta make a long-term decision, and this is why dudes just opting out of a lot of relationships and just staying single, because if there's no duty in it, and it's just she like me, I like her, and we enjoying each other for now, then she gonna be she gonna be gone with the wind, when her emotions and her feelings change. So what's the point of so a lot of guys come to the conclusion, what's the point of even playing this modern long-term relationship game if everything is just about hedonic pleasure and whether or not we feeling good about each other in the moment we not feeling good, we splitting. It's like, so why even get together to begin with? That's where I think a lot of guys are going with it.
It could, because it's probably a catch-22. Because having leverage is one thing, but how you use your leverage can create the same situation. And you can't control somebody's response to how you use your leverage. So, that people gonna fall out of love alike. And if you go, look, I'm in this position, this is the call I'm making, that same person that you go to bed with can be your enemy. They can turn into Brutus and you Julius Caesar. It changes. Like most people now, I shouldn't say it that way, but a lot of people nowadays don't have a problem with being unethical. So that's brought into the relationship dynamic. And when you bring that into the relationship dynamic, it's pretty much, who's going to stab who in the back first, unfortunately.
So you guys are saying that you don't want to be in a situation, or Bernard specifically saying you don't want to be in a situation where a woman is with you because she has to be with you. because she's going to deal with the consequences if she chooses to leave. You want to be with somebody who chooses to be with you because they want to be with you.
Yeah, I prefer it that way because, like I said, I talked about how my woman, treat me and the stuff that she do. I'd rather have that. I'd rather have that. But I also want leverage. But that is a leverage, like you rightfully pointed out. But then again, it's leverage based on her, volatile emotions and feelings. So it's like you want leverage on top of it. It's like you want double protection. You want double protection. That's sort of where I'm at with it. GC, did you say or imply that you were coming up? Did I see that right? Because GC got the link. Come on.
I don't know. I can see where you guys are coming from then. I can understand where like people would say you can't have both. Because how I'm thinking about it, leverage is good because if she's in her feelings, then she can't leave. But nobody wants to be in a situation with somebody who don't want to be with them. So the only reason she in the relationship is because she can't leave. So it's like, what do y'all do then? It's a catch-22.
It's kind of like that's part of the problem. Like you meet a woman and she says, I want to work because I want to have my own. She's going to get an attitude. She's probably going to get an attitude because I don't want to work like this. It's like, this is what you said. Then you got ladies, I want a man to be a provider. And then, okay, he's a provider. Well, I don't like the way you provide. Like, it becomes you can't, grandparents, you say you can't win for losing. It doesn't really, unfortunately, guys have to approach ladies with the sense of whatever you tell me, I hear you, but I got to prepare for you doing the complete opposite.
Yeah, no doubt. Cafe 702 in the building says this thing works. Absolutely. It does work. Shout out to RP Stevo. Shout out to RP Stevo. And I like what he says right here. He says, I don't think it's that dark. You're not a terrorist. You don't know that. He says, argument is built in such a way that she makes a choice to be with you. That happens through leverage. I do like how you put that. I do like how you kind of solved it. You merged the two of them together properly. You did merge the two of them together properly. So that was definitely good. I do like how you pieced that together. And that's sort of what it comes down to. Even if she chooses to be with you because of the leverage, and then she could very well learn to like you in the process. But you got a little insurance package on the back end. But either way, we are joined by Game Changer. Welcome to the show. Glad you can make it. What's up? What's on your mind? I don't know if you heard my initial premise where I said they are chameleons. I put that in the title to be a bit triggering. All women are chameleons, but the way that I broke it down, they're good chameleons and bad chameleons. A good chameleon is a woman that's constantly changing and adjusting to be exactly what it is that you want. And she's over the time, she's become something with you that she wasn't before she was with you because she's changed.
I definitely understand what you were saying.
Okay.
We do as men want chameleons. That's the only way we can have a lady on the street and the freak in the bed. She has to be able to change her colors for the circumstances. So, and that's what men generally want. So absolutely, it's nothing wrong with that. What I came up to discuss more so is the topic of leverage. I want brothers to understand that that women do not respect men that they have leverage over. It's unfortunate but true. Men are more comfortable. We can love, respect, and live our lives with a woman that we leverage. Women, not the same way. It does not work in reverse. That being said, a need for her to like you is a form of leverage. And women, particularly modern women, will use that against you. The need to say, oh, she's interested in you or she's not. They will leverage that over you because you're seeking their approval. You're seeking their validation. Eventually, depending on the extent that you desire such validation, they will be turned off by that.
How does me wanting her to actually like me mean that I'm seeking her validation. I didn't say I was tap dancing to get her to like
No, I'm
me.
not really
I just
talking about
said,
your relationship, because it
no,
doesn't
no,
seem
no. I'm
like
just saying. I'm just speaking in general. If a man wants a woman to actually like him, that doesn't mean that he's doing simpish stuff to get her to like him. It's just saying I like this relationship better when she actually likes me. She
no. That's why I
actually
said depending on the extent.
okay, cool.
But it does lead to tap dancing.
Not necessarily.
And
Yeah.
yes, it does. I mean, when somebody's tap dancing, it's because they're trying to get a woman to like them, and that is the type of leverage that I'm talking about. I'm not saying that it always leads to that, but I'm saying that
It can.
when you see somebody tap dancing, it's because they're trying to get a woman to like them. So yeah, and if you have a woman who is addicted to that type of leverage or power or whatnot over a man, she will play on that, and you'll find yourself constantly testing. She'll in a situation where she's constantly testing you, to eventually get you to tap dance. And this is why you have these breakup scenarios to see if the man comes crawling back. Those people who are on some break up and get back together over and over and over again type situations that don't really work. A lot of guys find themselves in such lose-lose scenarios. So yeah, you most definitely want to avoid being leveraged by a woman, because quite frankly, that's the only way to sustain a relationship. Once again, depending on the women, not every woman is addicted to leverage and repulsed by it at the same time, but many are.
Yeah, well, where I was at with it, just to be clear, I was talking about it from the perspective of I'm being me and I'm standing on my square and I'm operating in, I hate to put the masculine frame, and that person that I am is a person that she likes. I'm not doing any extra additional jumping through hoops or tap dancing to make sure that she likes me. She's just feeling me just as the person that I am. And she's basically tap dancing for me because she likes me so much. She wants to impress me. She wants me to like her. She's trying to earn my affection because I already have hers just on just a simple fact that she's just feeling me for whatever reason. So that's what I'm
right. But no, I mean, you're personalizing it. I mean, I'm talking.
You.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about in general.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Got you.
I'm talking about in general. Guys who say, what do you like for Valentine's Day, or do you like this, or this? That is perceived by many women as weakness, and it does turn into leverage. And some women try to turn that into tap dancing. Sad but true.
It's kind of like you can tell if a guy likes you more than you like him. Mm-hmm. And if a guy likes you more, then it's an automatic turn off, because we'll know that we have leverage over him, because no matter what we do and how disrespectful we get, he's going to run back because he likes us more than we like him.
Well put.
Agreed.
Now it's perfectly fine. And it seems like it's the case with you, Bernard, when you have a woman who doesn't really push that envelope and try to test or anything, because she knows that, there's no passing such a test. If you pass, the relationship fails. And if you fail, the relationship fails. So it's really no sense in getting into such obstacles. But many women aren't that logical. So, I'm just saying, be prepared for such situations. But Chantel put it very well.
But do y'all think then it's healthy for a woman to like the man more than he likes her?
Not only is it healthy, it's necessary. I think that that's the only way a relationship could sustain, if that's the case. I think that's why women are attracted to men with options, because that's the only way a relationship can sustain.
A common relationship advice we get as women is to never like a man more than he likes you.
And that's why American women are single.
Very bad advice. And that's not to personalize it again, because I just putting all my personal shit out there today. But no, me and my woman had that conversation, and she was, I guess, feeling, not some type of way about it, but I don't know, it was a concern in her mind that when she finally said something about it, that she could tell that she liked me more than I liked her. And I had to explain to her, yeah, that's why this works. That's the reason why this works. So yeah,
that's pretty much the only way I could think that most modern relationships can work. Unfortunately, we don't live in a time where that's true, and women are taught something different. So, you know, they're actually taught to seek simps, but their nature is telling them to be repulsed by them. And unfortunately, men are taught to be simps, and a woman's nature is still telling them to be repulsed by them. So, you know, it is an unfortunate situation that we have here in the West. You know, and if you don't believe me, try buying a woman flowers on the first date. Tell me how that goes.
I think people are retarded in the moment. Like, people get the concept of relationships in retrospect. Somebody's gonna like another person more, and somebody's gonna like another person less, and it's gonna go up and down. The question is, are you gonna be there when it goes up and down? Like, if you're the kind of person like, I like you more, I've been liking you more for about a month now, I don't like it like this, then you go, okay, break up. And then 2 months later, when you're by yourself, you go, why did I do that? I want to be with somebody that this, that, and the third. A lot of us just are stupid. We do stupid stuff because we're trying to live a fantasy. The reality is, if you talk to people who've been together for decades, they're going to say, yeah, you know, sometimes I don't like her neither. But there's a certain base that we're together. The duty sometimes isn't to the relationship, to the person, but it's the relationship. Dang, I can actually be with you when I'm feeling like this or this. A lot of us are just too fickle. Guess what? If you be with somebody for a long time, you know, the sex gonna be up and down. And some of y'all like, I can't handle that. But the problem is this: when you single, you ain't getting none at all. But you don't say it that way.
Well, the sex is another example. You know, like, if you want to be liked when it comes to sex, you're right. Sometimes it is going to be down. You know, and some women, you know, I've had this happen in the past when I was passing out trash dick. Some women actually try to leverage that, like, oh no, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing this, you know. But I don't think that they realize how much I don't care how much they get pleased by the sex, you know. So and once they do, then it's like, you can't leverage that on me. I'm not going to sexually monkey dance, you know, to please your vagina. It's not going to happen. That you won't get that type of leverage either.
Just don't kiss in the mouth if you keep that up.
Why not? Why not?
James
I was reading the
gonna
chat. What happened? Why you say don't kiss her in the mouth? I'm sorry. I was reading the chat.
If you keep doing stuff like that, she's gonna find somebody else to scratch that itch. So don't kiss her in the mouth.
Wow, that was you and.
Oh yeah. I mean, then she's not a decent woman, you know. Regardless, that's not, you know.
Like, I don't know if you know, LAR Game Changers are pretty passionate about you know, being bad.
Well, no, it's not. It's not passionate. I don't feel that during a sexual encounter. I do feel that the focus should be on me, and my pleasure. And if she's setting a criteria for her own pleasure, then that goes to show me that her focus is not on mine.
Well, I mean, she's focused on your pleasure and James is focused on hers. I'm just saying, this is how it's going to work.
Yeah, I mean, well, then that's the key. Then now I know that, I mean, because like you say, it's ups and downs, right? So that means that whenever the sex life goes down, James is going to be there. So wouldn't you rather find out about that type of woman sooner than later?
I mean, you know, Mr. Stereo, well, that's going to be later. It's not going to be soon. It's going to be later because she's going to assume you're not going to be betrayed.
Hence the leverage, like we was talking about before. He wants enough leverage over her to where he could be bad in bed.
Well, okay, that's a way to put it. But Bernard, I mean, you know, you talk about your woman and the way she treats you. Do you think that would change if you actually were bad in bed or something? It does seem as though in the relationship, she is more focused and concerned on pleasing you. And that is what I describe to be a healthy relationship, where the woman is more focused and concerned on pleasing the man, and she derives pleasure from the pleasure that she gives the said man. Like, so I mean, I'm not saying that I go out and deliberately make it bad, like I put it 3/4 of a way in just on purpose. You know, I'm not saying stuff like that. What I'm saying is that should not be the focus. You guys, you know, who do the extra, you know, and listen for the moans, hoping everything is a stink with your rhythm and stuff like that. Listen, I'm focused on my pleasure, and she should be focused on mine too.
Listen, all I'm saying is, when you hear that rose in the night, when you rolled over, she rolling her eyes. You know, she's texting her phone. Like, she's like, you know what? So when you go to work, it's gonna be a come through text. Don't worry about it. It just goes with the territory.
Wait, what? What goes with the territory? What are you talking about?
There are 3 things that a nuclear relationship.
Okay.
He loses his job. She's paying for too much of stuff, and the sex goes down. It's pretty much over. No, not in one order or the other. It's just all you need is one of them. It's gonna happen.
You see, that's the problem. So a man should spend the duration of his relationship popping pills and hoping everything goes proper. No, if a woman cannot stand in a relationship through trash dick, because that's part of the sickness. That's part of the sickness and health part. That's a sickness. Trash dick is a sickness.
Really?
Well, it's not healthy.
Cool. GC, so if she gets fat, that's part of the sickness.
Yeah, that is part of the sickness.
You got to stay.
There's a cure for that. It's called exercise and eating good. See, no, I'm not. Sickness is like the C word, the big C and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is, do you have a quota? Do you want to live like that? You want to live the rest of your life with some kind of orgasm quota? Hoping that things go well, and if you ever slip up, then that's the end of the relationship. That's why we have so many divorces. It's because as a man grows up, the penis grows down, and the woman leaves.
That's part of provision. Sex
should not tie two people together. We are not tied by the penis. We're not.
Hey man, well, she gonna ride your face until she get hers, dog.
Huh?
She just gonna ride your face until she get hers, dog. I'm telling you, this is one way or the other. I'm telling you.
Well, she could try. Okay.
Yeah. Black Wolf Inc. in the building with the $5 super chat. Black Wolf Inc. in the building with the $5 super chat. I do appreciate that. He says, in other words, don't trust her until she proves you right. You just have to determine what that right is. Thank you for the super chat. Do appreciate that. And damn, Black Wolf Inc. said, call 1-800-ORGASM. That's funny. And shout out to, I think Cafe 702 was quoting GC in the chat. What did he say that? What was that quote? Be pleased by my pleasure or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Exactly. Yeah. No. See, and we talked about that on your show last time, and the women agreed. There is a certain satisfaction that women get from pleasing their mate. There is. Learn how to embrace that side of sex and stop focusing on how stimulated your pussy is. That's how I see that.
I'm not, you know what I'm trying to tell you? Let's just get a football reference. I'm not saying you got to hit, it's a touchdown every time, but you got to get to the end zone at some point. It's got to be a couple of first downs will get you, but you can't first down all the time. You get no points. You got to get it in there at some point.
Don't deliberately make it trash. I do not deliberately make it trash.
He punt on second down. I'm just...
No,
well, let's throw it to the person on the panel with ovaries. Do you understand what Game Changer's saying? Do you have some agreement with Game Changer, or are you in the camp like, oh no, I got to get mine, fuck all that? But anyway, so where you at? What you got?
I mean, I understand what both of you guys saying. The quote that Cafe had said, "Be pleased with my pleasure," but then at the same time, don't be like, well, I'm pleased now, so, and go roll over while she's just sitting there. It's all about reciprocation. But I think what Game Changer was trying to say, correct me if I'm wrong, is that too many people they put too much emphasis on her pleasure.
Exactly.
So like men will go above and beyond so she can get pleased when and she doesn't even care. Like, she's just starfish while he's there, working. So if like a sense of reciprocation, and men understand that if women were to adopt the mindset that, okay, if I am pleased if I pleasure in him, then we'll probably start seeing eye to eye.
Thank you. See, Chantel knows how to say stuff that I'm thinking with an accent. That's exactly what I was getting at. I mean, a lot of guys be like,
well, no, she said it without saying trash dick.
I didn't say trash. I didn't say I do it deliberately. I'm saying that if at the end of the encounter, sometimes in the past, yes, women have called it trash. And I'm saying that when that happened, I didn't give a shit. That's what I'm saying.
Shout out to Snuggles in the building with the $5 super chat. Yeah, you got an uphill fight to get. You think you gonna get some black men live on the internet to say, "Yeah, man, we handing out trash dick." Yeah.
No, it's not a matter of handing. Listen.
I know.
It's
I know.
like a penis is like a key. It's not gonna fit every lock. It's not.
That's true. That's true.
So someone you be with enough chicks, some of them are gonna call it trash for a number of reasons. And do you know the stuff that they close your ears, Chantel? Do you know the stuff that they put up it? All kinds of stuff, all kind of pineapples, baseball bats. You get with a freaky enough chick, and you try to please. I was watching mediocre tutorial reviews, and it had chicks talking about I had 130 penises in a day or something. You think I'm trying to please that chick? No, I do not give a crap. So no, I'm not. Listen, they put all kind of stuff there, and you just trotting behind it. And of course, they're gonna say that yours is trash because it don't match the baseball bat that they had last night. So I don't care about. You think I go home like, oh man, I'm No, I don't care in that instances. Some women are just built like that. They're not built to fit me. And I move on.
Well, I do agree with you 100% that you can't make everybody happy. You can't make everybody happy, and whatever it is that you do during sex, it is somebody out there that their setup is set up just right to like whatever it is that you do. So yeah,
exactly.
I agree with that.
Adjust to what I like to do, not the other way around.
Yeah. But Snuggle668 in the building says, I would like you to play my music and please drop the link in what makes each sex attractive to the other. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Snuggle. Snuggly softness. That's really less expensive.
Okay.
She means each gender.
What makes each gender attracted to the other? Like, are you a goddamn alien? Like what? Like, I don't understand. Like,
no, she's asking what attracts the opposite sex. So it's really two questions.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, if you understand the question, you go ahead and take it first.
Well, according to LAR, sexual performance and money. According to LAR, that's what attracts the opposite sex.
Hey man, don't get jealous about them 130 guys that did it before you. Look, I'm just making a statement here, okay?
I'm not saying. Listen, if I'm 131, I don't care because it's my pleasure. I don't like. I'll walk away like, okay, that was 131 for her. That's it's. I still got pleased. That's how I look at it.
But if you was 131 and she called you trash, she's experienced enough.
Yeah. So I'm trash. I don't care.
You
like to her vagina, I'm trash.
You had a bad combine.
Huh?
You don't watch sports, yeah.
Oh no, I don't watch sports. No. All I'm saying is that don't be hyper focused on it. A good woman will be more focused on your pleasure, not her own. Not her own physical pleasure, at least.
I agree with that.
I agree with what you saying, but once you add trash dick to it and you're doing it deliberately, I'm just saying.
I said I'm not. I specifically said
he said he don't do it deliberately. He just said he can care less. He get in there and just get the bumping and knocking, however it feel good to him. And when he done, he done. And
I get it. If I can't hit the bottom, I'm gonna tap the sides. But I'm in and out of there. I get what he's saying. I get it. I'm just saying that there might be a reaction to that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he just saying. Okay, and I mean, look, LAR is saying it will maybe some consequences to that, and Game Changer is saying he don't care about those consequences because if consequences come because of that, then she ain't the chick for him anyway. The chick for him is going to like whatever he bumping and knock or whatever kind of bumping and knocking he doing there. She gonna be fine with it if it makes him happy.
You know what? I got a good question, Chantel. So let's just go with a rough number. How many times can she get the trash deliberately before and go? You know what? Let's just go out of 50. Like if she get trash I don't know, 40 times, 45 times she's staying?
I think it depends on how much she likes him and what else he provides. Because say he gives trash, but he pay all the bill. He masculine. He does what he gotta do. Then she probably stay 49 times. But if he gives trash and he going 49 out of 50. But if he gives trash and she going 50-50, he driving her car and stuff like that, she gonna probably cheat on him after like the third trash, the fourth trash. So it depends on what else he has to offer with his trash.
Let me ask Chantel this. You say 49 out of 50, right? If that happened to you, would you discover, will you say, something, that one time he got it right, I was wearing yellow. Would you wear yellow again?
She'd be walking around in a Big Bird costume.
A Big Bird costume.
So there you have it. That's the woman adapting to please the man, because she understands that his pleasure makes her pleasure more pleasurable.
Okay, she could dress like Bumblebee for all I care. I know women who had a side dude for that. Plenty of women have a side dude after all of that, even when the guys provide. I'm just, listen.
I get it. I mean, you want to stay away from women like that anyway. Like, so basically, what you're saying is you're completely comfortable if she's with you for the penis, because you can always provide the penis. That's what you're saying. You're saying that your penis should be strong enough to keep the relationship together. And if you ever slip, that's it.
No, what I'm actually saying seriously is, if you shortchange a person and you're cool with it, don't expect them to be there. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I see that.
Don't expect them to be what?
To be there. Like, don't expect them to stay. If they're like, oh, you shortchanging me on purpose? Okay, no problem. I'm moving around. That's what's going to happen.
I can understand if it's on purpose, but
exactly.
If he's trash, because if he's trash when he's trying his best, putting in his best effort.
No, hold on. He ain't trying his best. He's trying to do whatever makes him feel good. He don't give a damn about no, you can't even say trying his best.
All right, so let me ask you fellas something. Have y'all ever been with a demanding chick in the bedroom, and y'all know what I'm talking about?
Not for that long. Not for that long. I don't do demanding.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because it's
But you talking like you approach every woman like she that demanding chick. Like,
no, I'm not approaching every woman like a demanding chick, but that's where it leads. I know immediately that those. Okay, for example, I told Bernard about that time I was with a woman who had the ankle bracelet, right? The house arrest bracelet, right?
Yeah, you had that tether up in the air when you was hitting it, rocking back. Her little house arrest tether just rocking back and forth. On you can see it. You can see it blinking and flashing.
No. She it didn't have lights on it from what I remember, but she did have it looked like one of those 80s pagers on the thing because she was on house arrest. Yeah. And she like manual manipulation. I was like, okay, fine, and I did it, and then she was just like with all the demands and stuff, and it turned me off. It takes away from my pleasure. It does.
But you got to know what goes with having sex with somebody on parole. Like, you got to know what goes with that, right?
I didn't. It's not like I go to the parole board and say, "Oh, she's sexy." I don't do that. This was a one-off. This was yeah.
But I told you I'll stay away from ankle monitors from this point on. Now you know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, but once again, got mine. I did.
All right, Black Wolf Inc. Hold on, real quick. Black Wolf Inc. in the building says, "Hey, wait a minute," because he's mad because RM pushed the button for us. All right, shout out to Black Wolf. Says, can a nigga get his music played up in his bitch? Shout out to you. Do appreciate you. And I think it is what it is. Put a super chat on it. Hold on. He says, tomorrow is cool. I just like seeing you pushing. Absolutely. Appreciate your support. All right. GC, were you about to say something? It's like you was saying something.
No, what I was saying is, okay, there's your best, and then there is, being hyper focused on it. And, just because a person isn't hyper focused on something, that doesn't mean that they're not giving it their best. It doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had this discussion before. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have it again because it's funny every time. It's interesting every time. It's interesting every time.
And I think a lot of Black men are really, and I think it's largely because in our history we had very little to offer women outside of the BBC. We hyper focus on that. We hyper focus on it, and we actually gauge our manhood by it. I mean, tell me, when was you think Asian guys think about how much wang they giving a woman? Nope.
Because it ain't that much to think about.
No, they don't. They don't. I mean, they don't. They're not thinking about how they don't really, because they're hyper focused on other aspects of masculinity more so. When you hear the words Asian porn, they're not talking about the men. Why? Because they don't give a shit. That's what I have to say about that. Black men, we are hyper focused on the amount of pleasure we give women sexually. We are,
So
yeah,
we should be more Asian.
Absolutely, Black men should be more Asian. I want to see y'all making on average $120,000 per year, as opposed to 43. Okay, yes, be more Asian, take more calculus, be more doctors, be more lawyers, be more engineers, be more Asian. That was my mantra in college. I woke up every day studying, trying to be more Asian. You goddamn right, be more Asian.
And the beauty in being more Asian, is like, it's not like your junk is going to shrink once you reach peak Asian level. So you'll be a day walker. You had the best of both worlds.
Exactly. And I could drive. So yes.
And just for the record, on the opposite end of that spectrum, 40% of their women date out, and they're known for giving happy endings to strangers. So just know what goes with that territory. That's all I'm saying.
40% of our women don't date anybody. Okay, so
well, hold on, wait. LAR got a real good point. Now we can speak on that. Asian men, statistically speaking, are the shortest men. They statistically speaking have the least amount of testosterone, muscle mass, and penis length and girth. Somebody measured. I don't know how you go from country to country, region to region, measuring penises in the name of science, but somebody did it, and the stereotype is true. So, and in pretty much every level that a man is measured, or masculinity is measured, they're at the bottom, except for intelligence, mathematics, and that manifests itself in making a lot of money. So when it comes to making money in this modern world, they are winning. They are the best at that. However, they've got the money, they got that leverage, because that's where that leverage is. But they women still dating out at a 40% rate. So that says something either about women, or at least Asian women, where they're at, where they put a premium on in terms of a man's physicality, sexual prowess, masculinity that don't involve making money. They clearly put a higher premium on the other shit. So that's something worth talking about.
No, okay, let's talk about that for a second. Asian women date out because they can. Mm-hmm. Okay, the entire divester community is full of failed swirlers. They can't give it away to other groups of men. They suck at being women. Okay,
it's funny. It should be an Asian divestment community. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Right, they don't have to. They don't have to announce it. They say what they want and they get it. And you want to know why? Because Asian women focus on pleasing the man. That's what they do. They focus on pleasing the man, and they have been reputedly doing so. They don't focus on
pleasing the man that don't got a 3-inch dick. So I mean,
well, okay. I mean, they're pleasing the best man for them. Okay. So yeah, I mean, they would rather have 9 than 3. Granted, nevertheless, they have the reputation of pleasing their mate, and that is what's attracting the men to them. Black American women, unfortunately, focus on pleasing themselves, and they can't date out if they want to. That's the harsh truth of it. And that is because they are focused on getting penis as opposed to giving pussy. That's their brain is wired incorrect. Each and every single Asian woman I've been with was most focused on my pleasure, and it sucked. But nevertheless, you know, I appreciate the intent.
All right. Yeah.
No, go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
Oh no.
You talking relationships?
I was just. What?
Huh?
No, I was just trying
no,
to formulate.
okay.
I'm talking. I wanted to pass that notion. I mean, you kind of, you know, possibly covered all the bases on it, but I do want to pass that around the panel. The idea and notion that Asian men are doing the best at this thing that all the other women are saying that they prefer a man to be doing the best at, apparently, but they're the group of men that are doing that the best have the women that are technically leaving, stepping out and dealing with other races the most. What's your thoughts on that, Chantel?
Yeah, I see it, because then you will think that if women shouldn't value men for how they please them, like women should be more concerned with pleasing a man, why then would Asian women be stepping out if the man have everything in order, everything that he's supposed to have? That means that Asian women are choosing on what was the term you used, Game Changer? Trash, on trash dick. D.
You said
instead of
untrash?
Yeah,
less trash penis. Yeah, she's saying that they're seeking less trash penis.
Yeah, because if their men have everything but they have trash and they're choosing to date out, then they're prioritizing the penis over everything else that the Asian men have to offer.
Provided that the people that they step out to have nothing but penis.
Okay.
Now let's say this. Let's say this, for example. What does it say about Black men that Black women are stepping away and going with nothing? What does that say about your big penis? You see, we talk about the 40% of Asian women who supposedly are leaving looking for bigger penis. Our women, after having the biggest penis, they leave for nothing. You know, food stamps and Section 8. What does that say? It means that, you know, a woman who is seeking penis, the grander penis, will eventually leave. It's just destined to part. Yeah, they do.
Okay, that's RM being late with the applause, because I was trying to find an applause earlier. So yeah, you don't got to test. You don't got to test it out live on the air. You could have just kept it in the chamber. Could have kept it in the chamber, unless you thought what Game Changer said was worth an applause. I didn't necessarily think so. But
no, we'll take Lori Harvey, right? You know, I'm telling you, when they get addicted to dick, they become unwifeable. They become unwifeable. Her whole life is a quest for bigger penis. And so where is that going to lead? It's gonna lead her to Tia Mowry, to Megan Good. They're in a perpetual cycle. It's ridiculous. Pun intended. It's because that's their life. Ridiculous. That's how they live.
So you're saying Asian women are leaving Asian men for men with the resources that Asian men have and the untrash.
Well, okay, you say that you don't go to Walmart anymore. Well, you want to know what's not there? Slim Asian women. That's what's not at Walmart. So, and there's a reason. When was the last time you see? I live in California. When was the last time y'all seen a homeless Asian? When was the last time? They do not date broke. When was the last time you seen an Asian woman with a nigga on her couch eating Lunchables and pouring Cheetos on top of the Lunchables with a handy snack little thing? When was the last time you seen some crap like that? You don't.
Well, what we do see is Asian families taking care of their Asian daughter with her dusty white boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
That happens.
I don't see that, but yeah, okay.
Oh, that
I didn't know that was a. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, that's
Asian girls are going to get with white Pookie. I didn't know that.
Yes, Oh yes.
Typically, if something like that is happening, then he's very young, and they probably see potentials in him. So you're saying that first of all, Asian women don't even remain married to unmarried until 30. But let's just say that this one did, right? You saying that she goes out and get a guy from the trailer park so they can sit on the
no. We don't go. I don't have to go to extreme trailer park. I can go. He came from a good family. He's just a loser.
Okay. That is the exception, not the norm. The norm is Jenny Ma getting with Jeezy. That is the norm. They go from the top of the penis. What's Mark Zuckerberg's wife that he met at Harvard?
Mark Zuckerberg's wife.
Wait. Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg's wife.
She don't have a name.
No, she don't.
Her name is Mark Zuckerberg's wife.
Well, yeah, she went to the top. I'm saying that they go to the top of the penis. It's very rare that you see them, or to the top of the deck. It's very rare that you see them just trotting after. So you telling me that they say stuff like, oh yeah, I know he broke, but he got that good wood though. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, we don't hear Asian women talking like that. So I mean, if
Asian women talking, period.
I know.
Exactly. And they're smoking too. What I'm saying is when I said black men should be more Asian, black women should be more Asian too, with bigger titties and do stuff that they do.
Yeah, if black women act like Asian women, and if black men performed mathematically like Asian men, the black race will be unstoppable. Really
exactly. Yeah, and we can do that a lot quicker than they can grow a dick. So we can get all of their powers and none of their liabilities. We can.
Yeah. I'm curious. Yeah, I'm not though. See, so there's some complications there. But here's the deal. I'm curious. It's completely off topic. Chantel, why don't you go to Walmart?
The Walmart by my house was just way too ratchet, so I stopped going.
Ratchet how? They walking around in inside out pajama pants,
yeah,
tank tops, house shoes.
It's a neighborhood Walmart. The super Walmart is too far, so it's out of the way. But Trader Joe's is much closer, and then Target is closer.
So the Walmart by your house. So you live in the hood?
No, but the Walmart is in the hood.
Okay, just the closest Walmart is. Well, no, it'd be like that in some areas where like you could not be in the hood, but then drive 5 minutes in the hood. Okay.
And the hood, yeah, I can look outside and over the trees, the hood. So.
Oh
yeah.
Damn!
There's a track, and she could see the wrong side of it.
Yeah.
She just looks over the track, and there's a Walmart with people in bonnets.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, you got Asian women jogging in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I saw a video of that where I think it probably was a result of gentrification, where it was like, white girls, white women, maybe soccer moms or whatever, they in their yoga pants, they jogging and walking their dogs and stuff, but they had to like walk it like through a dice game because I guess where the newly gentrified, apartments came up that the white people moved in, it was still nigga shit, just right,
That's exactly how it is for me. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she had to walk her Yorkie right through the middle of a dice game, just kept going. I was like, oh, okay, she took a risk right there, but yeah, she made it out okay. But
somebody said something interesting. Somebody said Nigerians are performing at Asian levels. They're performing above it. I agree. And yeah, you should be more of that.
Nigerian immigrants.
Nigerian Americans, yes. They're performing above Asian levels. And yeah, you should be more of that. Don't be afraid to take the best of others' culture. It's nothing wrong with that.
Agreed. All right. Let's see. Let me look in the chat. I'm at the point in the show. We got an hour and 35 minutes in. I have no more questions on the topic or anything random. So if either one of you have anything random or RM, if you see any interesting questions or comments in the chat room, now is the time to start starring them and bringing them up. Of course, everybody knows if you super chat, it'll get read right away. But because I can't think of any questions right now, I'm giving I'll I'll read the unsuper chatted ones. I'll read the unsuper chatted ones, and that RM just started that one. So let's see what the hell is going on right here. Spiritual Logic, aka Hawk, in the building says, in society of individuals seeking their own interests, most of this talk is fantasy. What part is fantasy and false expectations that will get many placed and legally extorted? I don't know exactly what you mean. Clarify in it. Okay. He says forgive. He says played. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. It will get many played and legally extorted. Oh, I don't think anybody was advocating for state-sanctioned marriage, so I don't really understand exactly what you mean unless you told yourself that's what we were advocating for and then front-loaded it with that. But anyway, it says in society of individuals seeking their own interest. I talked about that earlier in the show. Everybody seeking their own interest is about hedonic pleasure, not duty anymore, and that's why people marriages fail. He says most of this talk is fantasy. I think I demonstrated that it wasn't fantasy and false expectations. I said the expectation is that she will operate on her fleeting emotions if it's about hedonic pleasure. He says that will get many placed and many played and legally extorted. And so no, I don't. You must want to listen. Well, you probably didn't hear me. Probably didn't hear the beginning.
Well, I mean, when he says hedonic pleasure, I think he means hedonistic. I don't see the thing.
No, I said that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was reading and then answering in between.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I was reading and then answering in between. So yeah. But Black Wolf, I must have missed the super. I must have missed this one. My bad. Black Wolf Inc. in the building. He says, a Chinese man is looking at his son and said, your small package has
No, it don't.
Your small package has brought me great shame upon our family.
No, it doesn't.
No, our family.
A lot of shame.
I gotta read the super chat. Hold on.
Okay.
Your small package has brought great shame upon our family. You go become doctor or own Chinese food store in black neighborhoods.
So the inverse of that is a black man, shout out to LAR, saying, I don't need to become a doctor. I got a big dick.
Well, he didn't say
inverse
that.
Of that.
He did.
That is literally the opposite of that. We need to just stop focusing on that. Stop relying on that.
Oh man.
You know what? I do have a serious question even about something like this.
Okay.
So for all the guys who are like red pill or red pill-ish, you don't have kids, you don't have a family, how long do you think you're gonna run that game until you want one? Because a lot of guys act like they're never gonna do it, but they talk about legacy. So I'm trying to figure out how long we're gonna play this game.
No, that's a good
I understand what real quick, GC. I understand the question that you're asking. I think his question was, I responded to it the way that I did because I think his question was front loaded with some assumptions that other people say about the discussions over here. So that's why his question was completely out of place and not in line with what I previously said or was currently saying in the show. But overall, to the individual guy who is saying absolutely hell no, I won't go, no kids, no family, no nothing, I respect that position. But the fact of the matter is some men are still going to do it. Some men are still going to do it. But I do respect that position. I'm in the situation where, okay, I did that at 19 when I was as blue pill as possible, and I got 2 kids out of it and got, kicked in. Okay. I took a hit and came out on top. And so I've done that. I've done that duty thing. And so it's like now, yeah, I am living in a situation now where I am just, it is just pleasure. Not just pleasure, but pleasure matters. That's why I said I like a chick to actually like me, because she cares a lot about pleasing me, and I'm happy dealing with her. So, but I respect it. I don't got no fight for the guy who's just saying, nah, given the situation, given how these non-traditional modern women operate, yeah, I'm I'm tapping out. I'm doing some civil disobedience. You know, I think that's what a lot of men are doing. They're doing outright civil disobedience, and it's nothing wrong with that. And I think eventually the country will realize that, oh, this, you know, this marriage thing isn't a sweet deal anymore, and maybe we should do some things to incentivize families and possibly, you know, bring back some normal functional stuff that works, because right now what's happening is not working, and it's some, you know, it's a few statistical measures that show that, yeah, shit gonna fall apart for the country pretty bad if something don't happen. So, but yeah.
So the family thing, LAR, goes into the leverage that we were talking about. Unfortunately, because I do fall into that category. I'm in my 40s and I don't have a family, and I never started one. And what I found is that men like myself want families more than the women do.
Yeah.
And that is a recipe for disaster for the reasons that, because that is something that they leverage. They do leverage family out of men, unfortunately, especially if they understand that that's what he desires most in this world. And she is the vassal from which he can receive that, you know, and that leverage turned into, you know, I'll divorce you and take half your, you know, that type of leverage don't really go away in a relationship. So I've asked myself at a very young age, is it better to have no family or a poorly constructed family? And I, of course, chose the former. But no, yeah, it's, I mean, and what a lot of modern women are doing is they're waiting for you to, you know, give in to your, okay, we not like they said on that song, okay, we not getting no younger, we might as well do it, on that Let's Get Married song. Like, what kind of reason is that to get married? You just waited for a guy to get of a certain age to, like, okay, I'll take anything now. No, I would sooner die with my last dollar stuck to my masturbation hand before I get with one of these nasty modern women, okay, and stay with them.
I get that is not a fair deal. I get it's completely one-sided and messed up. I'm asking because I know of guys in their 50s and 60s who did that. And guess what? Either they're trying to have kids or they had kids in their 50s and 60s, because it's like, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm going to just have to bite this bullet and figure it out, because that's what they really wanted from jump. They didn't find a situation. But at a certain point, they decided, like, hey, I'm doing it. And I've seen it increase. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
I understand that. And what I like to tell brothers is, like, that's not by design, or excuse me, that is by design. That's not by accident. That you're not doing anything wrong. All a woman have to do is say, okay, I'm gonna just get a guy in his 50s. He'll be desperate by then. What kind of crap is that? You know, I mean, I want these guys to fly. I want these guys to fly to yonder. That's what I want. I want them to fly to yonder. Whatever country yonder is, that's where I want them to go, so they don't have to deal with that crap. You know, what kind of crap is that? I'm gonna withhold families from you for what, 32 adult years until you take my fat ass. Nope, not gonna play, not gonna deal with no crap like that. Trust me, no family at all is better than a family with a fat bitch. I could tell you that much.
No, I get it, but you know, it's some guys 50 years old with a 2-year-old, like, oh, I wanted this, but I shouldn't have did this. I'm too old to chase this little boy.
I get it. They attack when you're most desperate. You know, they do. They attack when you're most desperate. But what I'm saying to fellas is, don't give in to desperations. If I did, I would have married a chick with an ankle bracelet. Okay, you don't give in to desperation.
Where did you meet this?
All right.
Online.
It is what it is. What it
online
is.
Because she couldn't leave the house, and she looked good on her pictures, and she's one of the few women that look like her picture. Okay, fellas, know this. Online, there's always a rub. There's always something wrong. I don't online date anymore. It's crap. There's always something more wrong. They either don't look like their picture, or they do, but when they do look like their picture, it's always something strange. Really, really, really strange. They're alcohol. I've been with an alcoholic. You know, it's all kinds of stuff, you know, that you don't know what's going on. A woman that's just looking to pass the time while her boyfriend gets out of jail. This happened. It's all kind of trash online. I don't mess with it. And yes, ankle bracelet bitches. It's all kinds of strange.
I had something worse. I had something worse than the ankle bracelet.
Okay.
The ankle bracelet bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That's not that rolls off the tongue. I had something worse than an ankle bracelet bitch. I met a chick online dating, and conversation went pretty fast, and she was down to come over my house, and I was, I'm not shocked because it happens, but it don't consistently happen that easy. So I was like, whoa, okay, today, like, hey, she down to come through. Okay, cool, she coming through, and then she told me she was on the way, and then I looked, and I just, for whatever reason, looked at her profile and started reading it again, and that shit said she was 6 months pregnant. I man, when I tell you, I picked up my phone so fast trying to canceling that shit, whatever it's like. Yeah, online dating is that shit ain't recommended. What?
You didn't need a DNA test, so don't.
No, I needed her to not have a 6 month pregnant belly. That's what I needed. Yeah. That online date. Now I don't recommend. Well, no, I take that back, because you can get some wins on there. You can, but yeah, somebody said, "Hi, Bernard, don't read the profiles." Not really. I mean, I do. I was speed reading. I don't know, but man, it was all bad. It was all bad. But it is what it is in the building. With he says tomorrow. Oh, he'd already read that one. But shout out to you. Is what it is. Do appreciate you. Dropping something on it. Do appreciate you dropping something on it. Oh my goodness. I asked Dusty Nuts to change his names. He changed it to Salty Balls.
Another one. Another one. Another one.
Oh my goodness.
Now Bernard, if you was 50 and single, would you get with a woman who's 6 months pregnant? Because that's what they're hoping for.
No, that's never on the table.
Exactly.
That is never on the table. I don't even think I read what he put. I don't even think. Hold on. I don't even think I read what he said. Put it back up there. Put it back up there. Let me make it bigger so I can see it. He says, "Per your request, I have changed my name." Oh, see, I didn't even read that. I didn't even read what he said. But okay, cool. I just knew I've been asking him to change his name, and he finally changed it. But Cafe 702 in the building. He says, "So thoughts on arranged marriages?" I did a show on that. I had some pastors on here, and I said if the pastors were, because they are the people that's supposed to be truly about family. So if they were truly about family, they would be they would be indoctrinating young girls and handing it was dark, but it was very Talibanish. But yeah, they would be indoctrinating the young girls that's raised in that church. They would be indoctrinating them to be basically husbands to vetted, productive, competent men that selects among the indoctrinated young girls when they turn of legal age, and they were just handing them off to a husband. If they were truly about family, like I think arranged marriage works in that way. And they talk about the lack of men in the church. I think if they was handing off of legal age virgins, I think they wouldn't be able to keep men out the church. So yeah, indoctrinate the young girls and put do some arranged marriages, and I think I think the black church will make a comeback. But anyway,
the Indian people that I talk to that do that, they say it's arranged through their mothers, through their mothers, and their mothers' networks of friends. Maybe it's also through church. Introduce you to their daughters, but you have to wait till you're 25. And a lot of Indian guys wait till they're 20. They remain virgins themselves until they're 25, and then they seek. Then their mother arranged something for them.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not. But the mother don't just pick. You do date each of the women. Like, it's more than one. You do date, and you pick from that. From that pool.
Isn't that just amazing? I was talking about that, and she just found the link that fast. That is just some Johnny on the spot work right there. Wow, that was impressive. That was impressive. I couldn't even find that video if I wanted to. But anyway, thank you.
Well, she probably was looking for an arrangement. She probably had it queued up. No, I'm joking.
That's funny.
Chantel, would you mind living in a society of arranged marriages? Oh, is she there?
I think
Give her a
she
moment.
stepped away for a second, but where's real quick while she stepped away?
Yeah, I stepped away. Yeah, I would.
You would mind? So you
Would or wouldn't?
I wouldn't mind living in a society with arranged marriages.
Would you mind if they arranged for Asian penis? I mean, not Asian, not attached to Asian man, but Asian size. Would you mind, or would you just like, buck the system at that point?
I mean, I feel like if I grew up in a society with arranged marriages, then I wouldn't care about penis size.
There you go.
Well, no, that's true. Just for the reason that, like I said, the way I explained it, with arranged marriages, it's not like grown ass sexually active women are being arranged to be married. That wouldn't work. It only works if the girl is a virgin, and what you get is what you get. So yeah. And I mean,
And even the Indians are cheating that in America.
What'd you say?
And even the Indians are cheating that in America.
How so?
They ain't virgins. They're not. They're trying to get caught up with that.
Well, I mean, the ones that I talk to that gets here on a H-1B visa,
they may be, but the ones that are here, no.
Counselor at Large, I believe that is the artist formerly known as Counselor Murray. I can tell by the picture that's him. Says salute BR100. Absolutely, do appreciate your support.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want.
Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the excuse me. Thank you for the super chat.
Hey, I got that video was way too funny.
What'd you say?
Is it a movie? It's from that is actually from a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
What?
Go ahead, LAR.
I'm about to be.
Are we at the 2 hour mark? All right,
Okay.
8 minutes. 8 minutes. Well, 7.5 minutes. Go ahead. You got it.
I think most people are lying when it comes to relationships, because I don't think most people want to be in one anyway. They're just talking about why they're not going to be in one. You know what I'm saying? So even though the modern day dating is horrible, I don't think these people are actually trying to look for anything anyway. It's just an excuse to keep, the modern day freaknik rolling. I don't think the women are looking for husbands. I don't think the guys are looking for wives.
Mahogany Sins, I think you misunderstood the way that I laid it out. You said 25-year-old male virgin has to be super socially awkward. He need to get it over with. If you were responding to what I said about the arranged marriages, the way that I set it up, it was very male centric and biased, because the men would be free to have sex with all. I mean, pretty much hell, like they do it in the Middle East. The men are free to have sex with all the whores they want. They showing up with body counts, but the girls are showing up to be virgins. I mean, that's sort of how it works. Like I watched a documentary. And one of the women who said she survived some Mormon thing, and they was on a compound or whatever. She basically said, no, it's not about religion, it's not about family. She basically just called it a sex cult. There's a bunch of older men trying to make sure they got fresh crop of young virgins at their disposal. Certain boys get kicked out the camp, because they don't want no competition. It's like it can be something that could produce family and structure when you're talking about arranged marriage, but it can turn into just it can get unethical as well. It can get unethical by some standards as well. But shout out to the Taliban. They but all right, Game Changers back. But yeah,
my bad. I was gonna say that the guys that I met, the stereotype, there is truth in it. The stereotype Raj from Big Bang Theory, it is truth in that they because they come from a different country and women are far less assertive. They do have a lot of trouble talking to American women. So many of them remain virgins until they get into their arranged marriage. Most women in the world aren't like American women. They aren't as assertive. They aren't as boisterous. They're not, which can be intimidating to men who are not used to that. So, that is a real thing. And they do remain virgins. Now, the upside is that they know that their marketability is largely based on where they're at on the socioeconomic scale at that age. So, they are motivated to, get their masters, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, by that time in life, so that they can have something to offer. And by the way, they get paid. The guy gets paid.
What do you mean?
The dowry is given to the young man.
Oh, so it's like the color purple when he paid the guy to take Celie?
Yeah, when he gave her a cow, but that's because Celie was ugly as shit. Typically, like amongst Africans, like, you pay for the bride, but there you pay for the husband, and a lot of that happens, which is why they start businesses, 7-Elevens and stuff like that, franchises, is because they use their dowry money for that reason.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like it's when I say dowry, it depends on
really,
where you are.
that's real patriarchal. They giving that dowry to the man. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Okay, so you said the man gets the dowry. The dowry is a lot. It's not some over expensive ring, but no, they give him a lot of money, and he use that money to put a quickie mark in the black community. So yeah, that's smart.
You're essentially paying him to take care of the daughter. And also, another smart thing they do. Oh, speaking of patriarchy, they bring swords to the wedding. I kid you not, I've been to the wedding. He got a sword. The groom got a sword. But in addition to that, they also live at home for a very, very, very long time. So they save a lot of money that way.
Mm-hmm. All right. We about to wrap this thing on up. Chantel, what days do you do the modern dating show that you do? What day?
On Tuesday nights.
On Tuesday night? Okay. All right. Yeah.
Do you want to join?
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Since you came here and hung out, I will definitely return the favor. I'll definitely return the favor on a Tuesday night. So yeah, cool. That'll work. So all right. LAR, any final words? You wanna take some more take some more shots before parting shots at Game Changers unsexual prowess?
I am leaving the Mini Man Academy alone.
Not about size. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's not about size. I use it wrong a lot of times. Fuck it. Don't care.
I call him Mini Me.
It's not a matter of size. It's listen, your technique is not going to work with each and every single woman in the world.
Man, look, man, you can hit the bottom of the midget, man. Just do your thing, man.
He just got one stroke and one stroke only. He ain't.
That's all I need for me.
Hey man, get your rabbit stroke on, man. Get that rabbit, get that on, man. Go on, hey.
All right.
Fun, but okay.
No, GC, trust me. I get you. I understand where you're coming from, but you just gotta understand this shit is still funny. We gonna laugh at it.
Nah, that's because y'all conditioned. Brothers are just conditioned to really just hyper focus on that. And then like, oh, I'm bad at math. Ooh.
Just get a girl with little bitty hands.
Guy?
Little hands. Oh,
to make you feel.
Shout out to
not a matter of size. Chantel will tell you that a guy can be of a certain size and still be terrible. It's not a matter of that. And see, here's where this is what y'all really don't get when it comes to that.
Trust me, I get it.
It's supposed to be, most of the times it's going to be bad in the beginning. If a woman leaves the first time because it's trash, like what do you mean? How you gonna leave the first time because it's trash? It was fine for the last chick. I haven't gotten to know your body yet, so you
don't try to get to know it. You basically
but no matter what, like you don't have to try to get to know anything. I don't try to get to know football, but if somebody made me watch it every day, I'm eventually gonna learn it. Like
what happened was
I'm eventually going to learn your shit. But if you're not patient, then you just get the initial trash dick. You like the person that just sips the foam off the top of a coffee or something like that. You know, you don't get to the good.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand what you were saying at first. I got you.
That's a long
I didn't get
speech
the
to
coffee
sell some
reference.
trash. Yeah.
It's not selling trash. It's not selling trash because I'm the one buying it. I'm the purchaser. I am the customer in this scenario. What the fuck? She's the product. She give me.
All right.
Gigolo? Like what the hell?
We get it. I get it. Maybe LAR don't. I actually get it. I'm just having some fun. But Bro Carter in the building with $2 super chat. He says, "Awesome stream. Yeah, I saved this one. Yeah, the beginning of the stream was horrible. It was technical issues. It was just me and Shan up here. And no offense to her. She's not very talkative. So it was kind of a choppy conversation at first, but then and then LAR and Chantel came and saved it. And oh no, that wasn't even a problem, Shan. The problem was a homegirl that we had a new chick that had horrible quality issues. She couldn't hear me, so it was all kind of technical issues. We stumbled out the gates, but we definitely saved it and made it good.
It was he.
So that okay, that was probably the time to play the applause. I'm just really badgering our. There you go, RM. You got it. I still don't know what the Matrix clip is there for. I still don't know that one, but either way it go. Thank you everybody who supported the stream. And like I said, Monday night show schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It will be going down every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. EST. I know I'll be canceling a lot. I'm not canceling it no more. I'll do it by myself if everybody cancels, if nobody shows up. But so yeah, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. EST. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Peace. We gone.